Welcome to the Month in Review briefing. This briefing will highlight the weather of November 2012, as well as the temperature and precipitation outlooks for the month of December 2012. This graphic is from the High Plains Regional Climate Center and shows the departure from normal temperatures for the month of November 2012. The time period for the normals is 1981 to 2010. A value of 0 would mean that the location reported a normal average temperature. Most of the region reported near to above average temperatures for the month. Some locations in south-central Washington and in Union County in Oregon were as much as 4 degrees above normal. The bullseye of low values over Wheeler County is due to a bad monthly average observation in that area. The next graphic is also from the High Plains Regional Climate Center. This shows the percent of normal precipitation for the Northwest for the month of November 2012. A value of 100% means that the location reported their average monthly total precipitation. Most of the Columbia Basin and parts of north-central and central Oregon reported values near to above normal for the month. In the higher terrain of the Washington Cascades and in the mountains of northeast Oregon, locations reported values near to below normal, with some locations as low as 50% of normal for the month of November. During the first few days of November, a high-pressure ridge dominated the weather over the Pacific Northwest. Several weather stations reported record-high temperatures the afternoon of the 5th. Bend, Oregon, reported a record-high temperature of 72 degrees, breaking the previous record of 70 degrees set in 1997. Condon, Oregon, reported a record-high temperature of 71 degrees, breaking the previous record of 66 degrees set in 1931. Long Creek, Oregon, reported a record high temperature of 68 degrees, breaking the previous record of 65 degrees set in 2009. The Cooperative Weather Station 2 miles north of Madras, Oregon, reported a record high temperature of 69 degrees, breaking the previous record of 66 degrees set in 2006. Meacham, Oregon, reported a record high temperature of 65 degrees, tying the previous record set in 2009. Pendleton Dam in Oregon reported a record high temperature of 71 degrees, breaking the previous record of 70 degrees set in 2006. Prineville, Oregon reported a record high temperature of 75 degrees, breaking the previous record of 74 degrees set in 1901. Sisters, Oregon reported a record high temperature of 69 degrees, tying the previous record set in 1980. The Dalles, Oregon reported a record high temperature of 72 degrees, breaking the previous record of 65 degrees set in 1949. Pendleton, Washington reported a record high temperature of 64 degrees, breaking the previous record of 59 degrees set in 1941. Goldendale, Washington reported a record high temperature of 67 degrees, breaking the previous record of 65 degrees set in 1939. The Mount Adams Ranger Station in Washington reported a record high temperature of 66 degrees, breaking the previous record of 59 degrees set in 1935. Walla Walla, Washington reported a record high temperature of 71 degrees, tying the previous record set in 1988. And Whitman Mission in Washington reported a record high temperature of 72 degrees, breaking the previous record of 70 degrees set in 1988. A strong pressure system impacted the region on November 19th. A trough of low pressure moved into the Pacific Northwest, causing tight pressure gradients at the surface, along with a strong jet stream winds aloft. The combination of these conditions led to high winds across much of northeast Oregon and southeast Washington from mid-morning until the evening hours on the 19th. Spotters in Terrebonne, Paulina, Bend, Long Creek, and Cove in Oregon reported trees down due to the high winds. A weather spotter 6 miles northeast of Mitchell reported patio furniture damaged and 2 haystacks destroyed by the wind. A weather spotter 13 miles northwest of Dayville reported that an outhouse was blown over and other objects were thrown around in the wind. Several weather stations and spotters reported high wind gusts throughout the day. A weather reporting station at Rattlesnake Mountain reported a wind gust of 97 miles per hour at 11:15 a.m. A weather reporting station 4 miles south-southwest of Heppner, Oregon, reported a wind gust of 67 miles per hour at 11:16 a.m. A weather spotter 5 miles east-southeast of Dixie, Washington, reported a wind gust of 65 miles per hour at 11:30 a.m. A weather reporting station 2 miles west of Benton City, Washington, reported a wind gust of 68 miles per hour at 11:46 a.m. A weather reporting station 5 miles north-northeast of Fox, Oregon, reported a wind gust of 70 miles per hour at 11:52 a.m. A weather spotter 6 miles northeast of Mitchell, Oregon, reported a wind gust of 73 miles per hour at 12:30 p.m. And the weather reporting station at the Joseph Airport in Oregon reported a wind gust of 68 miles per hour at 8:35 p.m. And now we will turn our attention to the forecast for December 2012. This graphic is issued by the Climate Prediction Center, or CPC, and is the temperature outlook for the month of December. The cool colors indicate a greater chance of below normal temperatures, and the warm colors represent a greater chance of above normal temperatures. The time period for the normals runs from 1981 to 2010. The Pacific Northwest is under an area called equal chances. This means that the probability of the most likely category cannot be determined, and the expected likelihood of above, below, or near normal temperatures doesn't differ from the climatological odds of 33.3% for each category. This graphic is CPC's precipitation outlook for the month of December. The green colors represent a greater chance of above normal precipitation, and the brown colors represent a greater chance of below normal precipitation. The Pacific Northwest is forecast to have a greater chance of above normal precipitation for the month. The contours represent the percentage chance of above or below normal precipitation. Most of the region is between a 33% and a 40% chance of above normal precipitation. Please keep in mind that these are probabilities of averages, and that the day-to-day weather will still vary for the month of December. This concludes our briefing. Please continue to visit National Weather Service web pages for the latest weather information, including watches, warnings, and advisories. Thank you for your time.